Welcome everybody, a shorter video for you today. I've just made this chopping board for some friends and I've decided that I'd like to put a juice gutter around the edge. So I thought you might like to see how I go about that. So what you need to do is decide how far in you want the juice gutter to go. And there's no rule to this, of course. You just sort of eyeball it and decide what you think looks about right. I've decided on 2.5 centimeters in from each side, and I've just marked that with pencil to see if I think that looks about right. And I think that is about right. You could perhaps go a little bit further out for this board, but I'm going to do it at 2.5. So that means if we take my router, the distance from the tip of the router bit, let's move that in a bit better, there we go. The distance from the tip of the router bit to the edge, and I'm not going to use the flat edge, I'm going to use the curved edge. The distance from there to the edge is exactly 8 centimeters or 80 mil. So that means that I need to do 8 minus 2.5, which is 5.5. So my fence needs to be 5.5 centimeters, 5.5 centimeters away from each of the edges around my board. And that will put the router in exactly the right place. So I'm going to mark up the chopping board just to show where it is. And then I can take my measurements 5.5 centimeters from these lines. So that should be about it. I'm just going to check. Before I screw them down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that fits. So all I need to do now is hold it down. So there we have it, we've got the fence around the edge, and next I just need to fix the board to the base. To hold it down, I'm simply going to use some double-sided tape. There we go. So I've now clamped it down firmly and it's stuck down with tape as well. And all we have to do now is go around with the router. Now I've only moved the router bit a very small amount And what I'll do is I'll do 2 passes round. So I'm going to do one very shallow pass and then just move it down slightly deeper once I've got a feel for whether it's the right depth. Incidentally, I'm using a 12.7mm core box router bit, which is this one here. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go round in a clockwise manner. Now I know I did a video recently where I spoke about the direction one should go when you're routing work. In that instance, if you're doing something around the edge with a spinning router bit, if you're going around the edge you should go anti-clockwise, and if you're doing something with a hole in the middle you go around clockwise. In this case it doesn't really matter because we are cutting a groove, so we're not really going round an edge at all. If we go clockwise, the router will want to pull us in towards the fence, so we are less likely to veer off and go into the middle. Hopefully, anyway, because if we do that, I've completely ruined this. Gosh, routing doesn't have to make a mess. I do have a hose attachment for my router, but I find it gets in the way when you've got the power cable as well. There's too much to worry about, so I prefer to just concentrate on what I'm doing. One very stupid thing I did, I was trying to film it so that it was coming towards the camera, that first angle, and so I didn't go all the way around in one go, and as a result I stopped, and then when I restarted I hadn't lifted up the router, and so it dug in and cut a little bit off the edge, which was very stupid. I'm very annoyed at myself for that. But from then on, once I'd moved the camera, I could then just go all the way around in one go. And then I progressively just got slightly deeper and slightly deeper. And fortunately, once I went a bit deeper, then it covered up that mark mostly anyway. So there we have it. A little juice gutter around this, and all I need to do now is to sand it and oil it. So I've now finished sanding it and I've oiled it with some tung oil, and I'm really pleased with it. It looks really nice. The juice gutter has worked out really well and looks great. So I hope this has been really helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Cheers! If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Oakley would love it.